Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you every omnibus and graphic novel that I purchased in the month of June. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Now on this channel I do comic book unboxings, reviews, previews, haul videos, really everything in between. So if you're interested in comic book content from someone who loves to create it, hit the subscribe button and then hit that bell icon. That way YouTube actually tells you when new videos go live. So it's been a busy month for me. Here we are halfway into July. And I just realized I never filmed my June graphic novel haul. The month of June was insane. In June, we moved into a new house and then we capped it off by, I built my comic book room. Room tour is coming very, very soon, I promise. But yeah, so I built a new comic book room, painted, did all sorts of stuff, and then we capped that off by bringing our daughter home from the hospital on 4th of July weekend. So to say it's been busy is an understatement. I usually like to let the month close before I record the omnibus haul in case there's something that comes in the mail at the last minute. But anyway, here we are, about 2 weeks late, but better late than never. And man, the month of June was actually a pretty big month for me when it comes to graphic novels. Now, before I get further into this video, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Organic Priced Books. Organic Priced Books is the best place to look online for collected editions, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, oversized hardcovers, and of course, my favorite, the omnibus, right? So Organic Priced Books, they have the best customer service in the game with lightning fast shipping. If you want to know what's going on in the world of collected editions, you gotta be subscribed to the OPB newsletter. He'll let you know if a book's out of stock at Diamond. He'll let you know what's coming up on the next slate of releases. Like, the communication is impeccable, and that's why I shop at Organic Priced Books. Now, if you're interested in placing an order with Organic Priced Books for an omnibus, a trade paperback, whatever, use the link in the description below to have my discount applied automatically, or just use the coupon code KSQUAD151 at checkout. That gets you $2 off of every order, every single time. And so, again, huge shout out to JP and the entire team at Organic Priced Books for sponsoring this video and making content on this channel possible. Now, before we get into the haul, what are the rules? How are we defining graphic novels, whatever, right? Basically, any collected edition can make it into this haul video. The only real rule is I have to either have purchased it in the month of June or it has to arrive in the month of June. So if I purchase it in June, but it doesn't come in the mail until July, well, that's going to end up in the July haul. So let's go ahead, shall we? Now, for purposes of this video, I also kind of just want to show off the things that I bought for myself to read. A lot of times I get, AOKs and gifts and things like that to give out to members of the community. But I do want to just kind of show you guys, because I know some of you saw the Organic Priced Books haul last month and you're going to be like, well, there's some books missing here. So, quick honorable mention to these complete collections, these Marvel complete collections that I got from Organic Priced Books. We got Avengers Academy Volume 3, the Loki Agent of Asgard, Scarlet Witch Complete Collection by James Robinson, and Fantastic Four by Hickman Complete Collection Volume 3. I think Loki and Scarlet Witch I'm going to end up keeping for myself, but I think the other two are going to end up being giveaway prizes of some sort. So I didn't want to put them in the haul because I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen with them. But yeah, so shout out to Organic Priced Books for sending those over. Now, let's get into all the books that I bought in the month of June. And we're going to start with the pile for DC Comics. So my DC pile is 5 books high, and we'll go ahead and start with the big boy. So this is the Superman by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason omnibus. Obviously, this is probably considered like the definitive Superman run of our time. I've never read a run of Superman before. I've been trying to give Big Blue a chance. I read Superman Birthright back when I first started this channel, and I didn't hate it. I've been watching the Superman and Lois series. I'm actually reading current Superman written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and I actually enjoy it a lot. The family aspects of the Superman character have been really appealing to me as of late. Alright, I had to zoom out so you guys could actually see the book. But yeah, the family aspects of the Superman character have really been appealing to me as of late. And obviously, family is a big focus of this book, with John Kent all front and center. This run also introduces us to the Super Sons, and that's a series that's really near and dear to my heart. And that's why I picked up this omnibus. So shout out to JP for shipping it over really quickly, honestly. Next up, another book I was really excited about. This is, sheesh, just hit myself in the eye with a book. But anyway, this is JLA, Justice League of America, the Tower of Babel Deluxe Edition. Tower of Babel is one of the first trade paperbacks I read. It was the basis for the movie Justice League Doom, where basically we learn that Batman has contingency plans for like everybody in the Justice League, and that kind of makes things go super wrong. This story is one of the best. I feel like it's one of the best Batman stories. I don't think I've read enough Justice League stories to say where it ranks in those stories, but it's one of my favorite things like to point to when we're like, okay, is Batman better than Superman or anyone else in the DC universe or whatever, right? And I think that's where a lot of the jokes on like, well, how much prep time does Batman have? That's where those come from. But anyway, Justice League Tower of Babel, the Deluxe Edition by Mark Waid with artwork by Howard Porter. This next book, I told you guys that I've been trying to get more into Superman, and this is The Man of Steel by Brian Michael Bendis, with artwork by a bunch of names: Jim Lee, Doc Shaner, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Ivan Reyes, Jason Fabik. There's a lot of names, because like every artist gets like a few panels or something like that. But anyway, so Superman. Superman is a character that I've always been like slightly conflicted about. Like, not really conflicted, I just didn't really like Superman. But I feel like, you know, as time has gone on, as I've grown up, I feel like way more people like Superman than I ever gave credit for. Like, Superman is a lot more popular, and maybe it's just because as we're adults and as we mature and grow, we can appreciate different things about different characters. But I remember when I was a kid, we were all Batman fans, and most comic book fans that I've met are Batman fans as well, but I've been meeting more and more Superman fans. And so I hosted a little secret giveaway inside the K-Squad group, where actually I gave away a Superman by Peter Tomasi and Pat Gleason omnibus. And the way I gave that away was I asked people what they loved about Superman. Why do they love Superman? What's so great about the character? And I said the winner gets to choose which Superman book I read and review next. So the winner of that, Mr. Tony Cooley, actually suggested Man of Steel by Brian Michael Bendis for me to read and review. He says that this kind of touches on all the family elements that he had slept on, and I love family elements. So I'm going to read this book and tell you guys what I think about it. So there we go. That's book number 3. Next up is a book that's really bittersweet. This is a book that I've been wanting for a while, but I was kind of waiting for an oversized collection of it, but I don't know that that's ever going to come. But anyway, this is Batman, Creature of the Night, written by Kurt Busiek with art by the late John Paul Leon. So John Paul Leon, I'm most familiar with because he did Static, you know, the original Static series. And I love his artwork there. Unfortunately, he passed away, I believe in the month of May, from cancer. And when he did, I was like, you know what? I want to kind of appreciate some of the things that made him great. Obviously, I know and love Static, but he did stuff on a bunch of other things. He worked with Marvel's Earth X trilogy. He did this, Batman Creature of the Night. And I think like just the shadowy style that JP has works really well for a book like Batman. So I was excited to get this in the collection and really take in and appreciate this artwork. So that's Batman Creature of the Night, and rest in peace to John Paul Leon. lastly, the last book on my DC Comics haul list for the month was a very late entry. This came out on June 29th. I honestly forgot that I even pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered this with my LCS via the Comic Hub app. But this is Space Jam: A New Legacy, the graphic novel version. So LeBron James and the Looney Tunes need to save LeBron's son from an artificial intelligence and a dude named Algae Rhythm. I haven't read this book, even though it looks like it's going to be a very quick read. I didn't read it because I want to watch the movie first, and I don't want to be spoiled. But this is just like a fun book. Like, I'm a sucker for YA titles. You guys know that, and I'm excited to read this. And maybe my daughter will be interested in it. You never know. So that was the DC haul. Let's move on to the indie books. So, first up is a book that I grabbed when I was able to go to an in-store signing at Ultimate Comics Raleigh. I was able to meet Kevin Cuff and Bob France, the Word Bros, the authors or writers of such famous works as Metal Shark Bro and Metal Shark Bro 2, and The Dust Pirates, which is a book that you can back on Kickstarter right now. It's only got like 2 days left as of this, or when this video goes live. So I'll leave the link in the description below. Dust Pirates was like a really cool book. I got to read issue 1 already. It was dope. But anyway, so they did an in-store signing. I went and got my Metal Shark Bro signed, but I own that for like months already. So this I bought just to have something new. This is the Good Fight anthology. This is an anthology with stories by like literally dozens of comic creators. Maybe even 100 if you count the letterers and colorists and stuff. But there's a story in here by Sean Martinborough, by David Walker. I mean, there's a lot of stories. But Kevin Cuff and Bob France also have a story in here. And they signed this graphic novel for me, which was super exciting. So this, again, very excited to have the Good Fight anthology. Shout out to Kevin and Bob both for just being really cool, talking to me about the industry, and also sending me, some information to review so I can get the Dust Pirates out to you guys. So really, really cool. Next up is a book that I bought from someone in a Facebook group. I've never really been a big manga person, but when I did the stream with the Uncanny Omar and Mad Dog Comics a couple months ago looking at solicitations, they both recommended Berserk as a really good manga. So this is Berserk Volume 1. I was able to get it from the homie Aaron on Facebook. I don't remember which Facebook group he was in, but he packed this thing like super, super tight. Like, this thing was bulletproof, and I'm super excited about it. The artwork looks amazing. Obviously, Kentaro Miura has passed away, so this is probably going to go unfinished. There are 9 graphic novels already, deluxe editions. But this is volume 1, so I'm going to read it and see if it's something I want to stick with. I've heard Berserk is definitely for like more mature audiences. I'm not the biggest fan of super mature content in my comic books, but I don't know, decided to give it a try. So, next up, we got a lot of Brubaker and Phillips here. I'm going to go ahead and do these in order. So, obviously you guys saw I got Criminal, the deluxe edition, back in May, volume 1. But I needed to get volumes 2 and 3 as well. So, here is volume 2 that I purchased courtesy of Organic Price Books. Very cool. I was also able to give away a copy of volume 1 on the last episode of the Hangout, so that was fun. But here's volume 2, and then here is volume 3. Brubaker and Phillips. I started reading Ed Brubaker's Captain America, and I was like, what else has he written? Because I love this. And Criminal was the one that everybody seemed to be up in arms about. The deluxe editions were just getting printed just in time for me to be curious about Ed Brubaker. And so I just went in blind. I went all in. I bought all of the Criminal books, including this one that I purchased from my local comic shop, Ultimate Comics Raleigh. This is Cruel Summer. Basically a continuation of the Criminal storylines. I'm not really sure because I haven't read it. But I'm really excited to have so much Ed Brubaker to read. And hopefully I really like Sean Phillips' art style, because I just got 4 deluxe editions worth of Sean Phillips artwork. So, very cool. But that was the indie comic book haul. Right? Those are the indie graphic novels that I got this month. And lastly, let's take a look at the Marvel Comics Omnibus that I was able to pick up this month. All three of these actually come courtesy of Organic Priced Books. I hadn't ordered these in advance, but he hooked me up anyway. So first up is the Venom Omnibus Volume 1. I know there's 3 volumes of Venom Omnibus. This one appears to be slightly damaged. I don't know if it's humidity or something bumped up against the pages, but nothing that really matters is going to take away from the reading experience, I hope. But yeah, that's Venom Omnibus Volume 1, collecting a whole bunch of Venom. Next up is Annihilation Conquest, the Omnibus. This is obviously the second in the huge Marvel Cosmic Saga of Omnis. Annihilation just got announced for a reprint, so I was going to give this away, but now that they're going to reprint Volume 1, basically, which is Annihilation, I'll just read the story and I'll get to know a little bit more about Marvel, because Marvel is definitely like the weak point in my comic book knowledge, especially Marvel Cosmic. But anyway, Annihilation Conquest. And lastly, a book that I'm actually pretty excited about. My wife loves this franchise, but this is Aliens, the Original Years Omnibus. So this is collecting all of the Dark Horse material that Marvel didn't have the license to, but now that they do have the license, they're just pumping this stuff out. So there's this Aliens Omnibus. They've already solicited a Volume 2, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe a Predator Omnibus is on the way as well. Funny enough, the Predator movies were streaming on Sci-Fi, not streaming. They came on TV. Gosh, like TV is such an old concept, right? But anyway, they were playing when I was at the hospital like that last couple of days with my daughter, and I didn't watch them. I didn't watch them at all. So I'm like, am I gonna enjoy this book if I didn't enjoy the movie? But we'll see. We'll give it a try. I'll read the first 6 issues, and if I don't like it, I'll sell it or give it to one of you guys. So that's the haul. That is the graphic novel haul for the month of June. Apparently my daughter is not pleased with it. But I can't put all these books next to my head. There's way too many of them. So here you go. Here's a small sample. This is literally like just half of the books next to my head. Oh snap. Got my thumbnail picture. I hope you saw something you liked in this video. And if not, hey, that's cool. So you can always buy what you like. Make sure you read what you buy and be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. And I'll roll that bumper right after a word from the Word Bros.
I'm Kevin Cuff.
And I know you're wondering who's that masked man. My name is Bob France.
And we are the Word Bros.
We are the writers of many fine comics like Metal Shark Bro, and Metal Shark Bro 2, and Ninja Nuns, and the Dust Pirates, and you, yes you, are watching
BJ Kicks.
BJ Kicks.